Well, hello everybody, TechNolli here, and today we got a little fun video for all of you guys out there that have old Macs, whether it be a laptop, an old Mac Mini like here. We've got Opencore Legacy Patcher. If you don't know about this already, this is a very good way to bring life back into those old Mac computers that you got laying around that no longer support, anything higher than like Sierra or High Sierra. So I'm going to show you guys real quickly how to get this Mac Mini that I just bought. It's a 2011. It's a 2.3. And how you get up to currently right now, we can put Monterey on this. We can't do Ventura yet, but who knows? With Opencore people, I'm sure that'll happen, but hey, Monterey's not bad, right? So there's tons of these on eBay. These A1347 2011s, 2.3 gigahertz. And you can get one for under $100. And what a great computer as just a daily, web surfer, word processing, just daily computing. And you'll be able to run macOS on it and use it again. So I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. But before we move on too quickly here, I want to ask everyone a question, and you can just answer down there in the comments section. On the videos that are coming up, as far as Hackintosh goes, would you like to see the latest hardware, high-end systems? Do you want to see the latest hardware that's available for Ventura on low-end systems? Or do you want something totally different? Just want your opinions on that so I know what videos you guys are looking for, or any other videos you're looking for, okay? All right, let's get into this. So let's start out with how to make the USB stick for this, okay? So just grab a USB stick. It has to be at least 16 gigabytes, okay? I'm going to put mine in my computer. There we go. So here it is. And let's just go ahead and format it. So we'll go up here, go to Utilities, Disk Utility. Make sure you guys click this down arrow so you can see all the devices that are available, show all devices. So here's my SanDisk. So I'm just going to click that, click Erase, and I always name it USB. And it does have to be macOS Extended Journal and GUID Partition Map. Click Erase. All right, all done. Okay, so that's ready for us to use. Now, what we need to do is go over to Opencore. This is our regular Hackintosh site. And click Getting Started. And go over here. We're making this installer on a Mac. So click here. And what we want to do is highlight all of this text and copy it. Go into Terminal. And then paste that line of text into here. Now this is so we can download Monterey. Okay? So you can download any of the old OSs from High Sierra back. Go ahead and put in your password. And then just takes a few seconds for this to come up and show you everything that's available. I'm going to minimize this so we don't get ugly screen here. I'll go ahead and pull this down. So here are all of the Mac OSs that are available to download. I want to pick the latest version, which is right here, Monterey number 22. Okay, hit enter, and it starts downloading our package. Now this will take 20-30 minutes depending on your internet speed and all of that. And as soon as it's done, We will come back and I'll show you what else we need to do. Okay, so we're all done. So we need to go where it saved our Monterey. So we'll go here to Computer and we click on macOS, which is my hard drive. That's the name of my hard drive. User, Mike, and it's going to be right here, macOS installer. It makes that directory for you. So we'll open that up. I'm just going to show it to you like this. All right, now we need to make it a usable application. So just right click on it and open. And you can skip this verifying. And there it is. So now what we want to do is drag it into the applications folder. And once that's done transferring, I'll come back. We'll finish up making the stick. Okay, guys, just finishing up the transfer here. All right, so now we can close all this out. And I have an old beta copy here, but we have the macOS Monterey in our applications folder. So we can close this out. Let's go back over to the internet and type make a USB bootable for Mac. Okay, and we'll just click here on the first selection. That's Apple's website. And what we want to do is go down here until we see Monterey, and we want to copy this text. Just copy that. Go to Terminal. And then paste that in. And then where it says My Volume, you want to put whatever you named your USB stick. I named mine USB. So we hit Enter, password. And sometimes it'll get stuck here, guys. Just let it sit. It will come up and ask you to say yes or no that you want to erase it. Okay, finally came up. So we'll just hit Y for yes and hit Enter. And it's going to make our Monterey boot disk. As soon as this is done, I'll come back and we'll continue on and get that Opencore patcher going. Okay, guys, so we're all done here. So let's go out of here and let's jump over to the Opencore Legacy Patcher website. Just click here, getting started, download and build macOS installer. So we'll just open this one up and I'm going to pick the latest version. No reason I shouldn't. Download this. It's a big file, 500 megabytes. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that, unzip it real quick. And I'll just put it over here on the desktop. Okay, now let's close this out. So we got our stick right here, right? So let's right click on it first time we open it and click Open. And then click Open again. All right, so here we go. Now, what we want to do is click on Settings because I am running this on a Hackintosh computer that I have that's an iMac 20,2. So we are patching the Mac Mini from 2011. So click on Settings, and we want to go here. The Mac Mini is up here a little bit. Mac Mini 5,1. All right. All of these settings here you can leave as they are. And now we're going to click Build and Install Opencore. Install to disk. Click on that. Say OK. All right. So we want to put it on our thumb disk, which is my SanDisk. And yes, select a partition to install onto. We'll pick that one. Password. And allow. There's the EFI. It'll disappear here in a second. Okay, it has finished. All right, so now we are ready to get out of here and go ahead and put the USB stick in the Mac Mini. So let me switch over to the Mac Mini and I'll show you what's going on. All right. Now guys, if you're using a Windows keyboard, a wireless one will not work to get into this boot menu. So what I did was I plugged in, I've got an old Dell keyboard that has a USB plug on it, and I'm going to use it to boot. So we'll go ahead and turn it on and hold that Alt key. Okay. So now we can arrow over or use the mouse to EFI boot, hit enter. Now we can click on install macOS Monterey. Okay? And away it goes, and it's going to show you the verbose mode so you know if you're stuck or not. All right, so let's wait till this comes up to the format and the utilities menu, and then we'll continue. Okay, coming up here with the Apple. And here is where we go ahead and format the disk. Now on these old Mac Minis, you definitely want an SSD drive in this. You do not want to use a mechanical drive. So if you're looking at eBay and you're buying one, just plan on spending, $20 on an SSD drive, a 2.5-inch SSD to put in this thing, because a mechanical drive will be super slow. So, all right, let's click on Disk Utility, continue. This is just like doing Hackintosh. Make sure you click the down arrow. All right, so this is my internal SSD. So I want to erase it. Just click here, and I'm going to call it macOS. And we do want APFS and GUID. Click erase. Okay, that took about, 20 or 30 seconds to finish up. All right, so we're done here. We'll just X out of here and install macOS Monterey. Continue. Continue. It'll slow down here a little bit. Just give it a time. And you'll get the circle beach ball here for a little bit of time. Just hang in there. All right, agree and agree. And select the drive we just erased and continue. Now this takes about 30 minutes to install, a good 30 minutes. So you can walk away, come back. It will do everything on its own. And when it's done, we'll come back and we'll finish this up and show you a couple of things we need to do. Okay, we are done. And that does take a little bit of time, but just let it do its thing. All right, let's just pick your country and continue. And this will go painfully slow. So you just have to have patience. It's because we don't have any graphics drivers loaded yet. That's why it's going really slow. You feel like, oh my God, this thing's going to be horrible. Just give me a minute. Let me show you something. Not now. Don't bother hooking up just yet to the internet, because that'll slow you down too. And you have to go over here, slowly get my mouse over there. Come on, come on, come on, let's go. There. And just click continue. Okay, continue again. And you guys will think that this thing is broke, because it's horribly slow. Not now. Agree. And then when it comes up, agree again. Now, we just got to give it a name. And we got to put in a password. And I'm using the tab key. It's a lot easier than using a mouse. and then get my mouse back down to continue. Phew, I got the mouse over it. Okay. Almost done, guys. This creating account takes forever. And then we can go over here and click on Enable Location Services, or you could do this later, whatever you want to do. Not too painful to click it. I don't like to tell Apple that I'm using a Mac that I'm not supposed to use because the OS is too old. I think that's an Apple problem, not my problem. Okay, we'll set up later. And it seems to speed up once you get to screen time. Doesn't seem to be as locked up. Yeah, I'll just take a light mode for now. And then continue. And then just do what it says on the keyboard here. All right, and we're done. Woo, okay. Now notice we don't have any accelerated graphics here, right? So what we have to do is download Opencore Legacy Patcher. So if you haven't already, go ahead and set up your Wi-Fi right here. And we'll go over here. Opencore Legacy Patcher. Okay, let's click here. Getting started. Download. Okay, and we'll grab that same version again. Okay. Just open up our downloads here. Just put it over here. All right, so what we desperately need is accelerated graphics. So let's right click and open. Close this out. But first, before we do the patcher for the graphics, we need to transfer the EFI to the hard drive, okay? Because right now we would have to leave our USB stick in to boot, okay? So we're going to just click Build and Install Opencore again and install to disk. And then we're going to choose the internal drive, the SSD drive. Put in our password. And then it wants us to reboot. Okay, now let's reboot, and we can pull out our USB stick. Okay. And we're going to get rid of all this text here too. I'll show you how to do that. All right, back up without the USB stick. That's nice. Okay. Now we'll come over here, open up Patcher again. And we'd want to do the post install. Okay, so let's click here. And we're going to start the boot patching. Password again. Password again. This amazing program, you guys. These guys are to be commended. Amazing. Does everything automatically for you. But make sure you're connected to the internet or this won't work, because it's downloading all this from the internet. Okay, now we can reboot. Okay, so now we're going to see that our graphics are fixed. Nice transparent bar down here. Okay, now we want to get rid of the verbose or the text when we start. So let's open up Patcher again. And we'll go here to settings and we'll uncheck here. We do want the picker to show, and then we have to build and install again. Password. Okay, let's reboot and see if that is gone. Okay, so there, we got the Apple. All right, password, and there we go. Now let's check our graphics. Let's make sure we don't have any artifacts, because they do have some issues where there are artifacts. All right, I'm going to click on Safari. Okay, and on this monitor, everything is fine. But there you are, guys. This thing runs pretty good, and you're not going to believe this. Let me show you something. I'm only running 4 gigabytes. Yes, I didn't have an 8 gig or a 16 gig stick laying around of DDR3. So I decided, well, I got to do a video, so let's try it with the 4 gigs. And hey, surprisingly, it works pretty decent. So there you go. Hope you liked that one. It was fun to do. And like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, let me know what videos you guys are looking for, whether it be newer hardware on Hackintosh or repairs or older hardware. Let me know what you would like me to do in videos, and we'll get them done. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching. See you next time.